I'm Nik Miles for Nik Honda, and today we're going to take a look at the Honda Passport. This is the great outdoor American adventure vehicle. If you want an SUV to go and put your kayaks on top of, take your bikes, and have that really great weekend, this is the vehicle you should be looking at. We're going to put it on the road. We're going to take a look at the inside and find out if this is the vehicle you should put in your driveway. So let's get going. It's nice to have a 3.5 litre V6 in this vehicle when so many manufacturers jumping to a 4-cylinder turbo. Although they're great for fuel economy, if you're looking for an adventure vehicle, the 3.5 litre V6 really gives you that rough and rugged outdoor feeling, and it's also great for towing. Up to 5,000 pounds of towing capacity in this. Great for your small trailer if you're going camping for the weekend, or perfect to tow those skidoos or a small craft behind you if you're doing some kind of water or outdoor activities. Also, don't forget putting kayaks on the roof. This vehicle is perfect for that as well. Raised slightly as well, which means it's also good for some mild off-roading or getting to those campsites as well. Good steering, nice positioning in the road, and very responsive as well. Now, I like a tight steer, and this vehicle has good tight steering. When you want it to go somewhere, it responds fast and in the right position. Good driving position as well. I'm raised up enough so I can see all around me, but at the same time there is no blockage from any of the major pillars, so looking back through my mirrors or over my shoulder, I have clear visibility all the way around me, and a good back window. If I adjust my mirror, I get good visuals out the back of the window here, so I can see all of the traffic behind me now. So put my foot down and you can see here freeway merging. Look how fast that is. Listen to the engine. For an SUV, which is a 2-row, this doesn't mess around. Honda giving you good acceleration, good power, 280 horsepower to get up and go when you need to in this Passport. Now, also bearing in mind that Honda make more engines, more motors than any other company in the world, and that is evident in the fact that they make everything from lawnmowers all the way through to boat engines for some of the high-speed speedboats around the world. So a good variation of engines and motors made by Honda around the world, and of course making the engine in this the Passport. Let's talk about technology in this vehicle. In front of the driver in the gauge cluster, you have a 7-inch thin TFT which displays all of the driver information. You can scroll through that using buttons on the steering wheel. On each side of that you have a variation of information. On the right hand side you have analog gauges which show you your fuel, and also on the left hand side you get shown the temperature at the engine. Then in the center stack you get the infotainment display from Honda, which is a color touch screen which gives you all the information that the driver and passenger may need to see, and that information includes the Garmin navigation. It also has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You can scroll through that at the touch of a finger and have things like SMS updates, your USB plug-ins, Sirius XM satellite radio, a hotspot from AT&T in the upper trim levels, and also other information including the Honda Link information, which is very necessary for all of your latest information as far as safety is concerned. Honda, of course, synonymous with safety. They have Honda sensing, collision mitigation. They also have your forward crash mitigation with pedestrian detection and all the things you'd expect, including a full suite of Honda sensing and adaptive cruise control, which can be operated from the steering wheel. Interior design is almost perfect for an adventure vehicle. You have comfort and you also have good style, but at the same time you have a vehicle that can be used on a day-to-day basis. So leather, and in this vehicle you get a choice of colors on the interior. You still do get some refinement, including piano black, but it is soft touch with double stitching impressions on the dash and around the doors. You still do get armrests on the seat, but it's that minivan style where they are fold down, and huge amounts of storage. The center bin between the two seats up front is absolutely huge. You do get double cup holders up front, wireless charging, plus you get heated and cooled seats up front, plus USBs, and you also get huge storage wherever spaces are allowing. And that means, for instance, the rollback here in the front, you get this rollback top on the center storage. Pull that back, you get that big bin, but at the same time smaller storages in the doors. You get little pockets in the doors for things like change, pens, wallets, phones, and then below that you get a larger storage bins to hold things like iPads and those type of things. So every area that could be used as a storage, they've used that as well. Even down to things like the A-pillars, where Honda have used that to put small speakers in there as well. No wasted space on the inside of this vehicle. Honda have done a good job designing it using the right materials for everyday use that are easily cleaned or easily used for storage applications. Great adventure vehicle, drives well, is easy to get in and out of, and is easy for usage of carrying equipment and some guests for a great adventure. The Honda Passport is very similar to the Pilot, but the differences are this is the adventure vehicle in the family of Honda SUVs. You'll notice that it has the blacked out grille, and it has this very distinguished looking plastic at the front of the grille. This is actually got these squares here, and it really does look like a rugged vehicle. It actually sits off of the ground. It's raised slightly, and it's given this rugged, squared off look. If you look down here, it has the piano black look at the bottom of the grille here. The lower air intake, that really does have an air intake. You can put your hands all the way through. The black piano plastic around the lights here, LED lights, the monochromatic look here at the front of the bumper, fog lights down the bottom here, and then the piano black as well at the sides. You come round the sides, the lights go into the side fenders here. Quite a distinguished Honda looking hood. And then you have this cladding that goes all the way around the side of the wheel wells. Now the wheels, which Honda are famous for looking very rugged, these wheels are black to go with that piano black look at the front of the vehicle, and that piano black is carried on down the side of the vehicle as well. Everything from the piano black on these mirrors with the signal embedded to the piano black on the roof rails around the daylight opening space as well. This vehicle looks very rugged from all of that black around the paint. Coming down the sides, you have those monochromatic door handles as well, and we get all the way around to the back of the vehicle. It has those LED lights here at the back, and very significant lights as well that are different from any other vehicle in the family lineup. Now on this elite level, we have a kick-open tailgate in the Honda Passport, and that's very convenient if you have two big grocery bags. There's also some other convenient features here. You have a cool button which flips down the back seats here, one on one side and one on the other. And this will give you 41 cubic feet behind that second row. Flip those two seats down and you get actually 77 cubic feet as well. There is a power outlet back here for 12 volts. And there is an extra storage bin under the back here for either wet items that you may have had at the beach, or you could possibly put some computers in there or something like that if you want to keep them secure when you're transporting as well. And of course, this electronic tailgate is quite useful as well. This vehicle will tow between 3,500 and 5,000 pounds, so you can take some of your adventure gear if you're going to the beach, or if you want to go up to the mountains, it will tow a small trailer. A lot of features for the second row passengers in the Honda Passport. You'll find heated seats back here. You'll also find your own HVAC controls, as well as a digital display, 2 USB ports, and a standard 115 volt household plug-in with 150 watts. 2 map pockets, 2 drink holders, and about 39 inches of space here for your legs, which is plenty for somebody my size. Now, it will seat 3 passengers in the second row here. And of course, there is this center armrest that comes down if you only have 2 passengers, which does contain a 2 drink cup holder as well. Comfortable seats, of course, Honda always provide those for their passengers. If the Honda Passport is something that you'd like in your driveway, then come down to Dick Hanna Honda. If you want to contact them, you can do it online, by phone, or come down to the dealership, and they'd love to get you into a test drive.